What if I told you that you could get into a deal with no money down, no credit, and control almost a $500,000 property that's going to generate at least $900 a month? And the best part of all, has almost $200,000 worth of equity. Do you want to know how? Road trip. Hey guys, this is Charles Blair, the mad scientist with Mastermind Student Extraordinaire,
Franklyn.
And Franklyn is at a property that he actually already closed on, and this is what I like to call being a real transaction engineer. For those of you who don't know, Franklyn is one of my Mastermind students, and we worked on this deal, but the key here is giving you guys an idea of how to think outside of the box. What area are we in right now?
Trinidad, Washington, D.C.
So we're in Washington, D.C. right now. This is called the Trinidad area, and we're talking about how the numbers work on this deal. But first, let's go inside and show you the numbers that count.
Go hard, or go home, go home, go hard, go hard, or go home, go hard, go hard, or go home, go home, go hard, go hard, or go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home, go hard, or go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, now you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now. Drive a race car like a Atari now. Call filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slap.
Now guys, as you can see, this property is already being updated. As I mentioned, Frank has already closed on this deal. Tell us, Frank, how did you find this property?
Well, I came out to do an estimate on the property, and so when I talked to the homeowner, she said she wanted to rent it out.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, would you rent to me? And she said, yes.
So in other words, when we talked about this deal, we looked at the situation and it said, hey, you never close or never get anything that you don't ask. It's like what Michael Jordan said, you miss every shot you don't take. So you said, okay, yeah, I'm gonna ask her. Let's see if I could take over this property, right?
Exactly.
So that's what you did. Now let's break down, what did she say when you asked her if you could take over the property?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's what she said. Because once again, I'm the granted guy. I come here, I'm here to do an estimate. All of a sudden, I want to rent someone's home. So I said, yes, I'm serious. And she told me how much she wanted, which was the actual mortgage amount, because it needed work.
Right.
So I said, okay, I'm willing to do that.
So what we're talking about is what we call a master leasing of the property. So when he say, when I rent the property, what he's really saying is, if I were to rent the property, I wanted to write to sublease the property. And if I sublease the property out, what kind of terms and stuff can we work with? So let's break this deal down. What is the actual amount of money you're putting in on the rehab costs?
The actual amount is around $2,500 to $2,800.
So you're putting in $2,800 because you also negotiated with the owner to do what?
I negotiated with the owner to buy all the materials.
So the owner is paying for all the materials.
And I'm doing all the labor.
And you're doing all the work.
Yes.
So in other words, you got a master lease. Now think about this, guys. Master lease means that you take over the payments on the property, or you give the actual owner a spot or dollar amount that you're going to give them every month. And then he will sublease the property out to his end renter and or end buyer at a longer point in time. So the way we structured this deal was, you're going to make payments to the actual owner at how much?
The actual payments would be $1,600.
And that covers the mortgage?
Yes.
PITI?
Yes.
So it covers the mortgage, $1,600 a month. And how much will you rent this property out for?
$2,520.
So he's going to rent it out for $2,500 on a mortgage payment of about $1,600. That's about a cash flow of about $900.
Yes.
So he's got $900 cash flow that he created on this one deal. Here's a question I want to ask. How much money did you give her as a down payment?
$0.
$0 down. $900 a month cash flow. And here's the best part. The way we structured this deal, when Frank asked me about this deal, he was originally going to do it as a 1 year. I say, let's structure it for 3 years, and let's do what we call a actual option to buy with an actual, what?
Option to buy first
right of refusal. That way, and here's the reason why we threw in the first right of refusal. How much is the actual value of this house?
Around $425,000, $430,000.
And how much is the mortgage balance?
The mortgage balance is around $223,000.
So the mortgage balance is $223,000. We got a $445,000 value. That's over $220,000 in equity. And when she's ready to sell, we're going to negotiate the price. You got the first right of refusal plus an option to buy. That's what I call being a transaction engineer. I'm here today with my man, Cory Banks, behind the camera.
Yep.
Mastermind Student,
Franklyn.
And this is Charles Blair, the Mad Scientist, signing out. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. And right now we are on the way to Washington, D.C. As a matter of fact, I'm going to visit one of my mastermind students. Frank has a deal that I've been actually coaching him on, and he already closed on probably about 2 weeks ago. And the best part about this deal, it uses the classic strategy of master leasing. It allows you to take over a property with hardly any money out of his pocket and create cash flow each and every